Today I'm going to talk about what GroupNil has done in the past few months and how it impacted multiple people, both in and out of my Discord server. To start all off, GroupNil has been a terrible person to everyone in the server, going as far as posting some horrendous images, which I'll talk about more precisely in some time, but also admitting to hating on someone, which on itself could just be a joke, but after what he's done, this is likely not a joke. For context, he's been weird ever since he's been promoted to server moderator, which was a huge mistake from us. He has sent this image over 5 times in announcements and made some really weird borderline sexual art of me and Finny, which I unfortunately don't have any proof of, except for this Gartic phone prompt, which features some inappropriate ideas which utterly disgusts me and basically everyone. He also, just before his demotion, has sent this image, not even trying to care about what we were going to say, and got timed out for a day and permanently stripped away from all his permissions, which I still think we should have instantly banned him. But the thing is, he didn't only do that on our server, or in all servers. It goes as far as DMs, thank you Triple Bacon for sending those to me, these are major issues. Because, as I'm going to show you, he has said some insane stuff, such as admitting to being friends with half Nazis and racists, or just straight up insulting people for no reason whatsoever and making it disturbingly graphic sometimes. He also greatly over-exaggerates something he said, as seen in this image. And the worst part about everything I've said is that GroupNil, the guy behind all of that, had 2 justifications. He was sleepy and blamed it all on school, which I later learned he only has until 1 PM. He doesn't even own up to his actions, and that's just plain disgusting. In short, GroupNil is a terrible person, capable of vile actions and sayings, and someone who can't own up to his actions. Anyways, I'll let my friend Clawbuckle explain some things I haven't explained yet.
Thank you, Duck. If you all don't know, for those who are watching this video, I'm actually the editor of Duck's video, and I've been involved in this situation that he was in, and it was very much more unsatisfying for what GroupNil has done. The thing is that I'm not going to talk so much in this part because I don't want to make this as a longer video, and it's not even that big anyways. Even though it is terrible for what our former moderator has done, we do not appreciate the kind of behavior for what anyone else does in our server. But what me and Ducky decided is that we make Google Drives based on what the whole situation has happened, and it shows any of the serious bits of what Neil has done. More like power abusing his moderator role, spam pinging, and simulation of doxing, which is kind of like the most weirdest thing I would see coming from him. And it's genuinely not funny too, even if we talk about something like this. However, it's not just only that, there's additional evidence related to this situation, and that is where we included Google Drive links down below for anyone else who wishes to review them. However, before doing so, please note that some of the material may be sensitive. The materials provided below contain unredacted content referenced in this video and are included for context, transparency, and verification purposes, allowing viewers to review the original evidence in full and determine its authenticity for themselves. I would also like to say that these drives do not intend to encourage harassment, targeted abuse, or defamation of any individual. Please do not spread this information with malicious intent. While this situation occurred months ago, it is shared for accountability and awareness, not to deny anyone the opportunity for growth or a second chance. And just everything what I said there, I'm going to end off this video by saying this. Based on what my friend explained at the beginning of this video, I'm going to include the following as an educational and documentary note so to provide context and clarity for anyone watching this video as a viewer. So if you all don't know, and to start off this responsibly, following the explanation provided at the start of this video, the information below is presented as an educational and documentary note to provide context, document events accurately, and outline broader lessons that can be taken from this situation. This report documents a pattern of inappropriate and harmful behavior carried out by a former server moderator over the course of several months and examines the impact such conduct can have within online communities. The purpose of this documentation is to provide clarity, preserve an accurate record of events, and highlight lessons related to accountability, boundaries, and responsible moderation. During this period, GroupNil, or just Neil for short as we always call him that, our ex-friend, repeatedly shared inappropriate content in public server spaces, including announcement channels, despite holding a position of authority. Additional behavior included boundary-crossing interactions, uncomfortable and inappropriate creative content involving other members, and conduct that cause distress both within the server and through private messages. These actions affected multiple individuals, contributed to an unsafe or uncomfortable environment, and eroded trust within the community. Some incidents were later minimized or justified, yet the behavior continued over time. This illustrates an important issue often seen in online spaces. Intent, humor, or personal circumstances do not negate impact. When harmful actions are repeated, especially by someone with elevated permissions, the effect on others becomes more serious, regardless of how those actions are framed. The situation also reflects shortcomings in moderation and oversight, delayed responses, inconsistent enforcement, and hesitation to act decisively allow the behavior to persist longer than it should have. When authority is granted without sufficient accountability, it can unintentionally enable harm rather than prevent it. The central lesson of this report is not permanent condemnation of an individual who we know, but recognition of how unchecked behavior, misuse of power, and lack of accountability can escalate problems within a community. People are capable of growth and change, and second chances are meaningful when paired with responsibility, acknowledgement of harm, and respect for boundaries. Without these elements, harmful patterns are likely to repeat. In closing, it is important to briefly reinforce several behaviors already referenced earlier in this video due to their broader impact on community safety. And yes, of course, which includes excessive spam pinging, abuse of moderator privileges, and behavior that mimics or implies doxing. And I would like to say this, that even when framed as jokes or simulations, such actions can create fear, pressure, and a loss of safety for others. When combined with authority or platform access, the harm is amplified and trust is further undermined. Addressing these behaviors promptly and consistently is essential to maintaining healthy online environments. This documentation exists to inform, educate, and provide context and clarity with the intent of encouraging more responsible conduct and safer community spaces moving forward. Without any respect, the drama will turn out to be worse, and we don't want that to happen. And to end off this video, I would like to say thank you for taking the time to watch and consider this information. Before I end this off, I would like to leave out this final disclaimer for anyone else watching this video all the way to the end. In compliments with YouTube's child safety community guidelines, this video is intended for mature audiences and is marked as not made for kids in YouTube Studio. Individuals under the age of 13 should not view this content. All sensitive or mature material has been blurred or censored to align with platform standards. This expose report is presented for informational, educational, and documentary purposes only. Its intent is to explain events and provide context, not to encourage retaliation or harmful behavior of any kind. Harassment, cyberbullying, threats, doxing, raiding, or attempts to identify, contact, or target any individuals mentioned are not tolerated and are strongly discouraged. Some portions of this report include discussion, interpretation, or references to past statements and allegations. These are presented for analysis and contextual understanding only and should not be treated as verified facts unless explicitly stated otherwise. This content is not intended to harass, attack, or defame any individual. And with that all being said, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments, but please keep the discussion respectful and responsible. And also, there's a short blooper at the end where Ducky slips out while recording a line for the video. Nothing serious, just a small moment we left in. He thought he wanted me to add that in the video, so I thought I'd do it anyways. I'll show you guys in a second. But before that, I would like to introduce myself the final time and shortly at the end of this video. So if you all don't know who I am, again, my name is Clawbuckle, and special thanks to Ducky and his friends for helping me get this video done. Without further ado, I'll leave it as that, and I'll see you all on the other side of YouTube. Goodbye.
But the thing is, he didn't only do that in our server, or in all servers. It goes as far as DMs. Thank you, Triple Bacon, for setting those to me. These are major issues. Because as I'm going to